And we even use the folklore of West Virginia to bring our Fallout versions to life.
So here we are, guys, the final Fallout 76 cryptid that I'm going to be talking about, the Flatwoods monster. No images or footage of this creature appear in the trailer or reveal gameplay, but there is a shot of the creature in the background during the No-Clip Bethesda documentary. This is the only image we have of the Flatwood monster, and it seems Bethesda went more so the route of a robot-looking Flatwood monster rather than an alien-looking Flatwood monster. In West Virginia folklore, the Flatwood monster is also known as the Braxton County monster or Phantom of the Woods, is an entity reported to have been sighted in the town of Flatwoods in Braxton County, West Virginia on September 12, 1952. On that day, two brothers, Edward and Fred May, and their friend Tommy Heyer, witnessed a bright object cross the sky. The object appeared to come to rest on land belonging to a local farmer, G. Bailey Fisher. Upon witnessing the object, the boys went to the home of the May brothers' mother, Caitlin May, where they reported seeing a UFO crash land in the hills. From there, Miss May was accompanied by the three boys, West Virginia National Guardsman Eugene Lemon, and local children including Neil Noonley and Ronnie Shaver. They traveled to the Fisher's farm in an effort to locate whatever it was that the boys seen. Lemon's dog is said to have ran ahead out of sight and suddenly began barking, then ran back to the group moments later, with its tail between its legs. When the group reached the top of the hill, they reportedly saw a large pulsating ball of fire about 50 feet to their right. They also detected a pungent mist that made their eyes and nose burn. Lemon then noticed two small lights over the left of the object, underneath a nearby oak tree, and directed his flashlight towards them, revealing the entity, which was reported to have emitted a shrill hissing noise before gliding towards them, changing direction and then heading off towards the red light. At this point, the group fled in panic. Upon returning home, Miss May contacted local Sheriff Robert Carr and Mr. A. Lee Stewart, co-owner of the Braxton Democrat, a local newspaper. Stewart conducted a number of interviews and returned to the site with Lemon later that night, where he reported that there was no sickening burnt metallic odor still prevailing. Sheriff Carr and his deputy Burnell Long searched the area separately, but reported finding no trace of the encounter other than the smell. Early the next morning, Stewart visited the site of the encounter for a second time and discovered two elongated tracks in the mud, as well as traces of a thick black liquid. He immediately reported them as being possible signs of a saucer landing. Based on the premise that the area had not been subjected to vehicle traffic for at least a year, it was later revealed that the tracks were likely to have been those of a 1942 Chevrolet pickup truck driven by a local named Max Lockhart, who had gone to the site to look for a creature some hours prior to Stewart's discovery. After the event, Mr. William and Donna Smith, investigators associated with Civilian Saucer Investigation LA, obtained a number of accounts from witnesses who claimed to have experienced a similar or related phenomena. These accounts included the story of a mother and a 21-year-old daughter who claimed to have encountered a creature with the same appearance and odor a week prior to the September 12th incident. The encounter reportedly affected the daughter so badly that she was confined to Clarksburg Hospital for 3 weeks. They also gathered a statement from the mother of Eugene Lemon, in which she said that, at the approximate time of the crash, her house had been violently shaken and her radio had been cut out for 45 minutes, and a report from the director of the local Board of Education in which he claimed to have been seen the flying saucer taken off at 6:30 a.m. on September 13th, the morning after the creature was sighted. After the encounter, several members of the September 12th group reported suffering from similar symptoms, which persisted for some time and which they attributed to having been exposed to the mist emitted by the entity. The symptoms included irritation of the nose and swelling of the throat. Lemon is said to have suffered from vomiting and convulsions throughout the night and had difficulties with his throat for several weeks afterwards. A doctor who treated several of the witnesses is reported to have described the symptoms as being similar to victims of mustard gas, although such symptoms are also commonly found in sufferers of hysteria, which can be brought on by exposure to a traumatic or shocking event. Kathleen May described the Flatwood monster as green, but others say it was shiny metallic black that maybe reflected the green off of nearby bushes. It was dark, and they only saw the creature for a few seconds by the view of a flashlight. The entity has been referred to as the Green Monster. The witnesses described the monstrous form as having a red glowing, non-human round head and a large circular pointed cowling appearing behind the head in the shape of an ace of spades. All of the witnesses agree on the hood-like shape. Mrs. May reported that the thing had long stringy arms like appendages, protruding from the front, with long claws, but most other accounts record claim no visible arms. The lower half of the monster is often compared to the design of a dress. In 1952, Kathleen May was taken to New York City to appear on a current events TV show called We the People. While there, the original and most iconic drawing of the creature was made. The artwork was commissioned by Lee Stewart and drawn by a New York sketch artist based on Kathleen's description. The drawing has been the basis for most of the Flatwood Monsters art. The newspaper stated that Mrs. May and Jean Lemon found the portrait to be quite accurate. The sketch was later superimposed on a photograph of a West Virginia site by a local resident and UFO writer Gray Barker, who wrote an account for Fate magazine in January 1953 based on tape-recorded interviews. He stated that the least emotional account was provided by Neil Nunley. Another investigator looking into the sightings was Ivan T. Sanderson. Over the years, there seems to be some confusion over its identity was simply a machine or a living creature. The Flatwood Monster is also referred to as a lizard monster on the March 10, 2010 episode of the television show Monster Quest because some people believe that it may have been a powered craft that a being was piloting rather than a machine or creature in and of itself. That obviously is a more recent interpretation and seems to be an example of myth involving. In 2014, the Braxton County Monster Chair Project began. The Braxton County Convention and Visitors Bureau were inspired to create a series of oversized chairs in the likeness of the monster and place them around the area as a way to celebrate the legend and bring attention to its history. The Flatwoods Volunteer Fire Department began selling monster-themed t-shirts and hooded sweaters throughout their website. Shirt sales are a direct fundraiser for new equipment the Volunteer Fire Department needs to better serve the greater Flatwoods area. Thanks for watching Prepper Squad. I hope you enjoyed these videos. Be sure to check out the other ones if you haven't already, and subscribe for more gaming videos and Fallout content. Peace. Shout out to this fan of Snapchat that unfortunately injured his thumb really bad, but told me that my videos help him pass the time. And shout out to this fan that sent me an email about some possible info on a Fallout 76 location. Stay awesome guys, stay proper. Fiddle Steven out. Peace.